welcome back. I can't take credit for this piano intro. This is my brother, Liam. But yeah, this is a guest episode. It was a rainy day, and we went down to speak with Graham Foy. Graham is a Canadian filmmaker, writer-director of short films, and a feature debut from 2022 called The Maiden, which played at Venice and Toronto film festivals. I really love Graham's sensibilities as a director and was excited to hear that he brought some sounds from an unrealized project to share with us today. Wait, does anyone want tea?
I would have some.
I also have some.
What's up?
What's up?
Stoked to be here.
You sent some sounds. It was called like The Wind, like the folder is called The Wind.
So all those sounds are actually for a film that I was making pretty much right after I made this short film August 22nd this year. That film, it just kind of started coming together. It was kind of like accumulating material. It wasn't like something that I wrote out and I was like, I'm going to get this shot and that shot. It was kind of more observed, maybe the way that like a street photographer would work, like finding things and then finding the project through those scenes or whatever. So then a narrative emerged, I guess, from some of that footage that eventually became August 22nd this year, inspired by lots of different things. And so The Wind, I kind of wanted to make another project that started that way. And it all came from this idea of the wind being this kind of ephemeral force in nature that is invisible and reveals itself only through what it touches. So it's really interesting to me, I think, as a cinematic image, that it can reveal something that's invisible to us. Like, to me, that speaks a lot to like what's magical to me about cinema. And so all the sounds are just the sounds that I recorded for all the film that's actually still undeveloped, sitting in my office right beside us. And I was finding quite a lot of different things. There's like so many intensities of it. It can be quite calming. It can be very violent. It can be sad. But honestly, this podcast, or your invitation to, like, do you have any sounds that, like, you were like, do you have any sounds that you're interested in? I was like, I do. And it reminded me that I shot all this footage. So yeah, it's like a lost film that maybe I'll process it now. The Wind, shot 3, take 1. Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is. I really actually enjoy the sound of like wind kind of like clipping a microphone. Because I guess it's like considered bad.
Mm-hmm. You know, yeah, but it's kind of funny. It just sounds like you hear the wind, kind of the distant wind, like the, like that's kind of what you think of as wind, but also that kind of, that's the wind too. But it sounds like some kind of deep subsonic, I don't know, rumble, something that's,
I just like the feeling of it permeating the microphone. Mm-hmm. Like it's like taking over.
Yeah.
It's crossing stereo. There's a stereo recording too, so it has like a...
Yeah.
Going past my brain.
Yeah. I like what you said about the, like, overexposure. Like, it kind of feels like that, like when the sun hits the lens and it flares or something too.
Yeah.
Kind of has that feeling.
I feel like it's underexplored, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
In like, because it's seen as like...
a technical failure.
Yeah.
It's like a limit of the recording equipment or whatever.
Yeah. There's so much emotional truth, I guess, in that.
Yeah.
It's like it's full. It's like 100%.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the camera.
Frank is wearing a mask and in the neighbor's yard. Frank's the most interesting person.
Whoa, it's so wild. I'm trying to like orient myself because now I'm second guessing whether or not this is the take from. You know, it's so cool. It's kind of like teleporting a little bit. Like you're kind of even hearing it and we're talking over it. It feels like I'm half in this room with you and half
The one
like teleported back in time to whenever that was recorded.
But otherwise nothing.
I always feel like sound comes into like the spine and like the back and the senses more than the eyes, at least for me.
Yeah,
Even like all the handling noises, it's like you're there.
I love that idea. That makes me think of, I think it was Lucretia Martel who said this, but it's something, I'm misquoting her, but she said something about how the image is actually 2D. It's like it's on a two-dimensional surface, but the sound is three-dimensional. When you're watching a film in a cinema, you're in an ocean of sound, but the image is actually flat. It's the sound that creates that immersion in 3D or creates that illusion.
I don't really get chills from like silent films, like truly silent films, I guess, or very rarely.
Do you have sound in your dreams?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I must, but I don't know how conscious of that I am. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but you see.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you get chills from just visuals on their own, like paintings?
I think I have a pretty strong reaction to visuals. Maybe not in the way some people do with like Rothko or whatever. That Rothko is painting like emotion with like color fields. I respond to that idea and I love looking at the paintings, but it's kind of more like subtle to me than like music. It is quite like, it's quite like a large emotion, like all different types. For me, I think visuals are maybe more muted on their own, like without sounds, but can be quite powerful. I think I find image, color, like all those things like quite soothing actually. Like they kind of like feel comforting. I really like Matisse, the cutouts, like the just color, really simple color and shape. And there's painter Milton Avery, who I really, really love, who's like really simple like that too. But I respond, I think, to color and like specific kind of arrangements of color, like, yeah.
When you come up with something, is it the image first, or is it come with sounds, or in its entirety?
Oh no, it's like fragmented. It's like always sporadic, comes from anything. Actually, a lot of times, maybe it does come from sound. I think especially music. I think it always comes from like a state of emotion or something. That's where like maybe the core pieces of something comes from, like an emotion or a feeling, but you know, could come just as easily from somebody I encounter out in the world on the bus, or inside of a photo book of photographer who's captured something like unique, or a piece of music or a sound, like all different types of things. I think there's no rhyme or reason really. It's chaotic. We're all like a filter, like all the stimulus passing through us, and then whatever comes out is uniquely ours, but it's also not. It's like a collection of all these things that have just passed through us. It's the arrangement of them that as they pass through our senses that makes it unique or something. Oh man, I love this song. You know what, actually, this is a recording that was in the living room of the other apartment that we were in. Just became like really into that sound, like the sound of like a recording of music in a space or whatever. And so that's basically what that is. It's just a recording of that song. I don't know where. Seems kind of far away. It's not like a great recording, but it sounds cool though.
You ever see these like
people will post like on YouTube like a playlist. It's like 2010s songs or something.
Yeah.
And then they'll add like a bunch of reverb, and the title is like, you're in the bathroom in the club in the 2010s, in the stall, like hiding from everyone. And it's like a photo of like a neon bathroom, and it's all like it sounds like it's in the other room.
Yeah.
And people, I guess, like sitting in that perspective more almost.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I feel like now it was, you know what I mean? It came down the light enough.
Yeah.
That it's
It's so
balanced.
funny when you turned it off. At first, I was gonna be like, "Why'd you turn it off?" And then you turned it on. And now I was like, "Why'd you turn it on?" Makes sense though. Yeah. No, I like it. I like that.
Look, me and First Cow. Someone edited my face on Cookie.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I forgot this was in here.
That's so sick. I want to rewatch that. I just watched The Mastermind, actually. Did you see that?
Yeah, we saw it. What'd you think?
It's not my favorite of her films, but I thought it was cool.
I felt the same way. I was a little sad because I felt like First Cow showing up were actually like two of her best films. Especially showing
100%,
up was
yeah.
like crazy good.
Oh my god, so relatable for anybody who's an artist, I guess, or...
Yeah, but probably the best depiction of art school I've seen in a movie.
Yeah.
I feel like most times it's like it's like Whiplash or something where there's like needlessly high stakes.
Yeah, it's perfect, yeah, because it's like, it's not a sport thing.
Yeah.
It's like way more petty than that.
Yeah.
We're all like, yeah, it's perfect.
The Wind movie, sound in Vanderwater Park, scene 8, take 1.
So yeah, this place was just a place we would go to all the time in lots of different seasons. This year, the year that I recorded these sounds, but it's just like this beautiful conservation area you can walk around, and then in the winter you can cross-country ski through the trails. Just like a really soft breeze. It's a good take. Good sound take. Don't know what the camera's pointed at, but...
Do you have a favorite wind?
Do I have a favorite one?
Yeah, in films, I guess. I was watching Kiarostami. He has some good wind, like in the...
I think it's The Wind Will Carry Us. Or it's a wide shot of a guy on a motorbike going out into this field. That's one. Ooh, maybe Days of Heaven. There's some amazing wind shots of the tall grass moving. It's like unbelievable. And the light too, like kind of clouds coming in and out, which is also the wind moving the clouds and, changing the light. That's all like pretty incredible. Totoro, like the big forest, like the huge kind of towering. I'm not even sure if there's wind in the shot, but that's one that kind of comes to mind. Maybe just because I've been watching it all the time, because it's one of the only movies me and Louis both like, and that he can watch it, because he's only 3.
Every time I watch Miyazaki after, I feel like I'm like floating through life, like on a breeze of adventure. You know what I mean?
Isn't that cool that you would say that about Miyazaki, and he like drew the wind?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. One time we started watching it, and I didn't have the like dub, so it was all Japanese, and he watched the whole thing like in Japanese. Like he could kind of understand, or at least like got something out of what was on the screen without needing the words. There's like an immersion, I think, that happens with Miyazaki, and just like how detailed he is, and how he's able to kind of pull you into the world I think a beach bong's kind of like that too. I don't think Louis would watch that or would watch Memoria, but you never know. It's quite sensory, you know. It's like we're kind of like attracted to those. We're pulled into those sensory experiences.
We also got a second shot in there. Sound. Are you done?
Yeah. Thunderstorm sounds. Oh yeah, this was an epic storm.
Oh, you just said that right now?
Yeah.
I see. I had my eyes closed. I didn't know if it was. The sirens. It feels infinite.
It's like a Wednesday afternoon or something. I don't know.
It feels like there's like an infinite procession.
It's a crazy storm. I don't know why there were so many sirens. That's a great question. Yeah, the reason why I started recording was for the thunder and the rain. But my memory of it has no sirens, which is super funny because maybe that's just like a city person thing where you're just tuning out all these like actually insanely grating little pieces of the soundscape that are closing in on you all the time, but you have to kind of just let roll off your back. You've got no choice. Ready?
Yep.
Crickets, take one. It's funny, like, what was that metal thing that I'm putting the microphone on?
Whoa. Kind of like, I like handling noises actually a lot.
Yeah, like handling the recorder.
Especially on headphones, it has a real like brain tingle feeling.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm being like carried around or something.
Yeah, I think this is a shot I wanted to get one with like what is like no wind also, you know? Like when you see a bunch of images of wind, then to see the absence of it would be quite interesting, I think. Also, I'm like obsessed with crickets, the sound of crickets.
The Wind, Day 2, The Farm, scene 4. And it's the big maples by the vineyard.
So this one is at Diva's parents' farm, which is actually the place that the new project, the new feature film that I'm working on is set or was inspired by this place, this landscape.
What does it look like?
It's like beautiful old farmland split up by all these like little kind of mini forests and trails that go in between. And her dad has made all these like incredible trails through the forests that have kind of weaved in and out of like really diverse array of different types of trees. Like some kind of has, she was just describing like these old maple trees that are on the property. So there's like these big kind of towering old trees, and then there's some kind of smaller, thinner like pine trees by this creek. But it's quite a large plot of land, and a lot of the fields are used by farmers in the area, and her family used to grow grapes there. for wine. And so there's wine fields as well, but they don't do that anymore. But yeah, it's quite a beautiful place.
The Wind, Day 3, Rainstorm.
We were talking about, I think we were talking about liminal spaces.
Uh-huh.
And like in between spaces. And then you were like, the thing I'm working on now has a lot of to do with that.
Yeah.
And I was so curious what you meant.
Yeah, I mean, maybe even the wind is kind of a part of that idea. Like August was part of that idea, the Maiden for sure, but like, I think cinema is like an in-between space. Like it's a space that is between where we live. It's familiar, but it's not here, and it's kind of feels real, but it's not real, and it's separate, but it's also very like deep inside of us. And so I don't know, the project I'm working on now kind of has, or maybe just in general, the films I like to make, I'm interested in trying to create that feeling that you're in a world that's very familiar, that very, very slowly, very gradually becomes unfamiliar, but you almost don't notice that you've kind of arrived in a space that's in between maybe what you recognize and what you don't, but it feels normal. So I think that maybe is how that idea is taking shape in this new project. That like the way that reality is treated and the way that maybe like a dream or something else that I don't necessarily ever want to define as like it's a dream or it's an afterlife, or it's never kind of like using a word to define that, but like whatever that is in the context of the story or the world is, I think, of great interest to me to explore visually, with sound, with characters, landscape. Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of pseudoscience because they're ideas that are pretty far out, but I think in the context of art, they're things that you can humor, that are a bit wild, or that like you can, would be hard to write like an academic paper and prove the existence of, but that a film or a painting or a photo or a story can kind of explore with sincerity and can kind of like keep our minds open to all different possibilities. There's so much that we don't know. So I think I like the idea of things that are like mysterious, that don't have answers, I guess.
The Wind, Day 2 at the farm in the truck, Scene 1, Take 1. You ready? Okay.
This is the truck shot.
No, that's okay. I think he'll wait to see when my hair is all good.
Or I was filming her hair.
How fast do we want him to go?
Let's start slow.
Let's start slow.
That's good. It's like obviously not a great wind recording, but
No.
it's like a beautiful
It's a cool recording.
vibration on the truck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel like human-sized when you hear things like this, but I feel like I'm like a little like particle like on the vibration. Like it's my whole body is being like.
I think what I'm feeling is the acceleration of the truck and like the feeling of being in the back of the truck and like kind of counterbalancing your body to make sure you don't fly out the back or whatever. But maybe that's because that's my memory of it.
I definitely feel like the lurch.
Yeah. Feeling of kind of your core engaged.
Yeah.
That was really good. Do you want to?
All right, that's all.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Do you have anything to point people towards if they want to hear more, see more from you?
Check out the Maiden.
Yeah.
check out the Maiden. It's on Blu-ray. It's streaming, and then look out for my new film when it comes out in a year or two.
You shooting soon?
We don't have production dates, but the script is pretty close, and hoping to maybe go in production summer 2027.
It's a summer film,
Oh yeah.
like The Maiden.
Yeah, I think I'm like resistant to shooting in winter. Maybe it's because I'm from Calgary.
It's fair. All right.
Thank you to Graham for coming on the show. And thank you to Lucia for helping me out with the recording of it and queuing up sounds. And thank you for listening. Have a great day, night, whoever you are, wherever you are, at home, on the bus. I like that you can hear it anywhere. It could be at any place in infinite time in the future. Treat me in ways you don't treat yourself. That's how it has to be with you. It's like I'm not in your mind. I say, he's alone out to you. We woke up at the same time, and you wouldn't let me go back to sleep. You said I was abandoning you.
Is that a real song?
I was just making words up.
Oh, that's nice. We should start a band.
Yeah.